My controversial opinion of the day is that I think some books are better as an audiobook. So here are some books that if you're planning on reading, I think you should listen to instead. Also, let's just not mention the elephant in the room. I mean, I just mentioned it. So I read 50 books last year. I think maybe like 70%, 70% for audiobooks. I actually couldn't tell you. Unfortunately, I only just figured out like 2 months ago that you can actually select like the audiobook edition when you're inputting books into Storygraph. So I've literally just been marking every single book as a book. Okay, so these are not in like any particular order, but I did want to start with, I guess, this one genre. There's like some caveat to it. I don't know if I'm using that the right way. I'm not a huge memoir biography person. I have only read 3. I guess take my opinions with a grain of salt. Let's talk about Educated by Tara Westover. I truly believe memoirs, if it's the person who wrote it who's like reading it, should be listened to. I don't think Educated is read by Tara, so there really was no point to my spiel right now. But if you can, I think you should. Educated is one of those books that I will literally never stop thinking about. It is truly insane. Like you can't make this stuff up. If you're gonna pick any book to listen to off of my list, it should be this one. On the topic of memoirs, my second one, Third Gilmore Girl by Kelly Bishop. Now personally, I love Gilmore Girls. I think I've watched that show maybe like 4 or 5 times. Contrary to what you might believe, you actually don't have to have at all watched Gilmore Girls to enjoy this memoir, and this one is narrated by her, so you will laugh, you will cry. I had such a good time just listening to this. Her life also crazy. So as we all know, I've mentioned this before, I am a hater of popular things, and it's not even like I don't know what it is. I just, when something is so popular, for some reason I don't really want to gravitate towards it. Like it's just like an inside feeling. I don't know, I can't really explain it to you. So I only recently got to read Daisy Jones and the Six. So if you're unaware, the formatting of the book is throughout the whole book, Daisy is getting interviewed by mystery interview person, and she kind of recounts almost like every member of the band's like personal life, and then how they come together, and then the evolution of the band. The audiobook is a whole production. I think there's like a different person voicing every single character, or at least, or whoever like the woman and guy is. They do a really good job of like differentiating between all the characters. This is just one of those books that's like, you gotta listen to it. I think like you'll have a better time if you listen to it. And I did want to say, like, I think there are so many books that I don't think like I got a different experience than if I just read the book. These books are truly like, I think I got like a better deal listening to it rather than reading it. Let's talk about The Song of Achilles. Unfortunately, I am one of those people that I don't really like fantasy books. I definitely can like enjoy fantasy a lot more if it's in an audiobook version. I don't know what it is, I just can't ever get into it if I'm just reading it. And same with Greek mythology. I was never that person who was into it that much. I initially picked up Song of Achilles as a book, and I got pretty far. I think I got like maybe almost halfway through the book, but I was struggling, you guys. Okay, this book has such high good reviews. I was like, what's wrong with me? What is wrong with me that I can't seem to like really get into this book? So I had the bright idea to finish it by listening to the book. Never had a better idea in my life. I think this is definitely personal preference. I kept forgetting everyone's names. I just kept forgetting who was who. I also heard that people really love oh, I'm gonna butcher this, Circe. You guys know what I'm talking about. Another book by the same author. People really like the audiobook version of that book as well. I have not listened to it yet. Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. I think his name is Marcel. Marcel has my heart. I felt very maternal towards Marcel. The person who voices him does such a good job. If you're unaware, there's a whole POV from the octopus, which definitely just makes the experience of the book much more fun. He really stole the show. I really can't say anything else about it. Last but not least, and I kind of just threw this one in for you guys, The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. I don't particularly enjoy Kristen Hanna books. I read The Woman, which I only gave 3.5 stars. This one I did give 4.5. For all the faults that her books have, I do think she paints a great picture. I also think it's a little bit of a personal preference. I think if I was reading this book, I would have DNF'd it. So this one I was not really sure if I should include. If you're like the one of 5 people on planet Earth that rated The Woman a low rating, and you were just wondering if you should give another one of her books a try, I do recommend The Great Alone.